hot hour session. So coding, coffee, and nice people. And today we have two awesome colleagues or former colleagues of mine. Welcome here. So Annalisa and Tobias.
Thank you.
Super cool that you're here. Thank you for joining.
Sure.
Yeah, so Annalisa was already at one of our webinars, I suppose. Yeah, talking about newbies in AI or data or software world, something like this.
Yes, and women in tech.
And women in tech, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So Annalisa is working as a data scientist, so she's a cool pro. Yeah, and Tobias,
yeah, data scientist.
Yeah, and Tobias, yeah, is a colleague of mine, so we're working together. He's also a great data scientist, and he's a nice expert in NLP. So that's why we are all here today in the morning. So the idea is to have to explore a bit this NLP, I don't know, basics or not basics, and see how far we can go. So for this, I kind of have a couple of ideas. They are very rough. I didn't edit them at all before. So if you want, you can just go through them. But I suggest that if you guys are ready and have coffee, then we can start. And yeah, actually, I don't have coffee yet because I came to the office and the machine is off, and I was too lazy to turn it on, so I'm only with my glass of water. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys want to say something, and you are very welcome.
So what's the plan? Is really we have 1 hour?
Yeah, I suggest that we just do a hard stop in 1 hour because it's going to be boring otherwise. And so I have these 4 brief ideas of what we could do. Of course, we probably won't be able to do all of them, and we should change the way how it's done, but it's just a plan.
Okay.
So they are all about, yeah, so I would like to learn a bit more about NLP because I feel that I don't know anything about new approaches or applications. I just heard or used something with Word2Vec or this TF-IDF as really old approaches. And now there are transformers everywhere. Everyone is speaking about them. So people are saying they're cool and everyone is doing it. So I just felt, how it's called. So I had a FOMO, yeah, and decided to open this Huggingface website. Actually, I should do it right now.
And we have Tobias with us, so.
Oops. Yeah, and where is my?
At least for the time being.
Yeah.
Probably won't be able to stay for the full hour, but.
And no worries. Huggingface. That's you. Yeah. Yeah, no worries. It's okay if you stay just for a bit, because I would appreciate some guidance in NLP and in Python in general, because yeah, everything's appreciated. So this is a different interface that I'm used to. Is it in here, where you have the menu on the left?
The models or the course?
Maybe the documentation's just or.
There should be a link to the docs, I think, on the
main page. It's kind of docs. Yeah, I don't know. Let's maybe click something.
Yeah.
So, yeah. This is what I'm used to. Because otherwise,
it's basically split into different sections. So if you want to go back one more time, then I think it's quite important to understand that you will have the actual transformers library, and maybe so as a brief overview. So you have the transformers library, which is all about the actual models, and you see that it's state-of-the-art ML for PyTorch, TensorFlow, and JAX. So you can use those as backend. But mainly what you will see in courses, etc., is PyTorch backed, and it's also the default setting for everything that you do. And I would also suggest doing it because TensorFlow can be a bit cumbersome at some points. And then you would also have like tokenizers and datasets, which I also highly recommend to check out. because they are. So you will need tokenizers if you work with transformers, but you can also just import standard tokenizers for whatever model you're using. But it's really worthwhile to check out the other documentation also. And then you would also have, for example, stuff like Accelerate, where you can just have much more details about and control about what you're doing in terms of not just using the predefined pipelines and train objects that Hugging Face is offering. But yeah, starting with the transformers documentation is a very good start.
Yeah. So thanks for this introduction. I'm sorry, I'm just doing some boring stuff here. And let me
just... we can just try and get started with the first problem.
Yeah, let me get it back to the problem, and I'm just sending a link. Yeah. So I suggest that we start with the first problem. I just formulated in a quite a stupid way. That let's just create this T9. I don't know, like, do you remember this T9 stuff from 90s or 2000s, where you type in something in the mobile phone and it helps you?
Cool. We can start and get started with the first problem.
Yeah, cool. So I suggest, by the way, so I suggest that we use Google Colab for this because they have a free GPU, and I suppose that NLP might be, and the GPU might be really handy when we are doing NLP. So let's open Colab. Yeah, it's a very nice Jupyter notebook service from Google, where they give you free instances. Not super powerful, but I think it should be enough in your notebook. So I suppose for like, let me make it much bigger. Like hopefully for this. So yeah, let's rename it NLP Fun T9. So the idea is that we create some pseudo application. I mean, by pseudo, I mean that it's okay if it runs from this notebook. Where you, I'm sorry, I'm hearing an echo somewhere. Could you guys please maybe mute other tabs? Thank you. So the idea is that I write something to the cell and then it suggests me what's going to be the next word, something like this. So I suppose that Huggingface, if we go to, I don't know, Tobias, maybe we should go to transformers, or
yep.
Maybe there is something like tutorials and summary of the tasks. I think it was here where there are like fast code snippets. And so what do we want? We want something like tell me the next word or next n words. And I suppose this is text generation. Yeah?
Exactly. So if you want to generate anything, and it sounds like we want to do that for the T9, then we probably gonna want something like autoregressive models that are able to generate something. So it's also known as GPT-like. So everybody heard about GPT-3, and I also see we see GPT-2 already in the documentation here. So these are usually used for generating text, and if you want to predict the next tokens, then that's the way to go.
Yeah, so let's just try it out. I suppose we should also, I will create a bit of cells. Let's put it here. I suppose there is no, so it won't work from scratch, or will it? Oh, it seems it will work. So they already, sorry, I need to switch to like a GPU runtime, first of all. Let's do GPU runtime. And then, I suppose we have to install these transformers. I hope that it's just as easy like this. Oops, but not that easy. Oh, I don't even have to add the exclamation mark. These technologies are so smart. I don't know. Okay, yeah, it's as easy as this. So it says that successfully installed Huggingface. Let's try to import it again. If it works, I love technologies. If it doesn't, I anyways love them. So, oh, great, yeah. So the import did work. Yeah, what's next? Yeah, I feel that I'm just doing Stack Overflow coding style, which is true actually. So let's just see whether it works. Let's put two different cells. So here we initialize this model, or actually a pipeline which contains the model, as I understand.
Yeah, so it will have a default model, and it's loading the model then. And you see that default is GPT-2. And then, yeah, as we mentioned before, GPT is one of the or is a generative model. So it would be a decoder. And if you think about BERT, for example, then BERT would be like an auto-encoding model. And it would be an encoder only. And then there are other models like BART and T5, which are sequence-to-sequence models, and then those are encoder-decoder models. So those are basically the three classes that we have. But obviously, for the text generation, we're going to have a GPT-like model.
Yeah.
And GPT is only the encoder part?
It's only it's a decoder only.
It's a decoder. Okay, makes sense.
And it's just free now, right? GPT-2. So we can use it. Oh, that's cool. And GPT-3 is not, right?
No.
There is a beta version that is free, but if you want to use it in applications, you have to get permission and pay.
Cool. Yeah. So let's just run the same. So we create some text. As far as I'm concerned, I will, and then we tell, hey, text generator, please generate something with a max length of 50. And these do sample false. I honestly don't know what it means. We can maybe do. Oh yeah, it won't really help. Anyways, let's just run it. I want to see if it works. Oh yeah, so it did something, and let's not print this object. Oh, cool. As far as I'm concerned, I will be the first to admit that I'm not a fan of the idea of a free market. Whoa. That's okay. It escalates quickly.
It's not very T90.
Yeah. Well, free market is a bit of a stretch. I think that's the idea. How did it went here?
The thing is, if you reduce the maximum length and you provide another sentence or two as context before the sentence, then we're gonna see way different results. So we can try that.
Do you know like what kind of parameters we have for this? Text current. Oh yeah, you mean like to add something here?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know. Let's.
You can keep it for the sake of having two different results, and you can maybe insert another sentence before this one.
Maybe
up to your creativity.
Yeah. Good morning, people. People. It's a nice Saturday. Yeah, and so max length. Does it include the initial sentence? Do you know, Tobias? Or
so I think, and I think I haven't used this pipeline object yet, but I think it's the output max length. So if you reduce this, it will suggest fewer tokens.
Okay, let's maybe do this 10. Otherwise, it will be too large. So let's run this magic. So fast. I will be. No, it added only one word now, right? Set to 10. This can be unexpected behavior. Yeah, so you see it says the input length is 19, but the max length is 10, so I suppose it takes into account everything. Okay, so do you know how to calculate the tokens of this? Because it's not just the split. Oh, actually, we can do like the very fast version of it. Like split on just on words and add something. So, and tokens, yeah, sorry, I'm doing like stupid stuff. Plus, I don't know, 5, just in case. If you know the faster way to calculate the tokens, I will be happy.
Yes. So we would load the GPT-2 tokenizer. Just give me a second and I can paste you the snippet.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in the meantime, I will just try to run this. Thanks, Tobias. And tokens, plus 10. Let's see. Why doesn't it like? It doesn't like something. Hopefully it does like. Okay, so current text split. Oh, okay, yeah. I should take the length of it. I forgot. This. And let's see what we have. So good morning, people. It's a Saturday. As far as I'm concerned, I will be back in the office on Monday. Oh, well, that's cool.
It makes more sense, yeah.
Yeah.
So is there a way to give it some examples? Like like one sentence with a completion, one sentence with a completion, and then run this?
You mean to? I'm not sure if I understand completely what you mean.
I think it would kind of be like fine-tuning it and give some example that the model can learn from.
You mean fine-tuning? Yep. Probably Tobias could answer that. I'm pretty sure that you can, but I have no idea how.
Yeah, that would be few-shot learning. So either you fine-tune a model, which you can also do, but usually what you then do is you need more examples. But if you want to go for only a handful of examples, then there are some models who are actually able to do that. And that's called few-shot learning. And then you can really only with 5 or 10 examples, or even less, generate good results. I think, as far as I remember, GPT-2 would not be one that we would use here, but I think
GPT does it, right? Because I tried it.
Yes, it's more of the the checkpoint of the trained model that we would need a different one, I guess.
How is it called again? This kind of
Few-shot learning.
Feature learning.
There is zero.
Few shots.
Few-shot learning. Yeah.
One
There is
shot, two
zero
shot.
where you just take a model and use it, and then there is few-shot where you can kind of train. I think it's mainly changing the last layer of the network.
Okay.
And then there would be fine-tuning where you actually do a backward pass through the whole model, but it's still using pre-trained weights for everything else, for the whole architecture. And then there is the complete training of the whole network, which takes a lot of time and resources, obviously.
Well, so I got the code that Tobias gave me. So there are some tokenizers. We import them, and then we instantiate the tokenizer.
Yeah, so then you can use just a tokenizer and then in brackets put whatever text you want. So then it would tokenize the text.
Tokenizer, add special tokens, max length. So yeah, okay, so we can do it here. Current text. So will it run it like this? Should I create something like tokenized piece?
Yeah, you can just look at the output that this is giving.
Okay, it gives me.
And then you would also see what's going on behind the scenes. So you also see the attention mask, which is what is actually a useful input and whatnot. I've just realized that the first or the instantiation of GPT-2 tokenizer is not using the fast tokenizer. So if you are up for it, you can read about fast tokenizers in Huggingface. They're really awesome. First of all, they are fast. And second of all, they have much more methods to use. But I mean, for the use case that we're having now, it doesn't really matter. We're not going to batch process a whole lot of samples. So for now, it's fine to just use the GPT-2 tokenizer.
Yeah.
But
so
for mentioning it, if you do something production-wise or whatever, then you should use fast tokenizers.
Cool. So I suppose so. It has a lot of tokens already in this model. So I suppose tokens are like something I don't know, Go, OD, like more, Ning, or it's words. Do you know?
So that also depends. There are different tokenizers, and different models use different tokenizers. So if you, for example, read the BERT paper, then they would talk about what tokenizer they created. And in principle, you have 3 different categories of tokenizers. So you will have word piece tokenizers, unigram tokenizers, and byte pair encoding. And in the GPT-2 case, this would be a byte pair encoder. And essentially, what you mostly have is, as you just also showed, is subword tokens.
Great. Yeah, so I suppose it outputs the dictionary, and so what we want to know like the lengths of the initial tokens, and I suppose if we do something like this and do len, that will be the tokens initial, and yeah, so that's our current text, and then max tokens we just add. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just already started. I'm a little short hearing the echo, but I think it's over. And tokens init plus 10. So good. I'll just put it again to one string. Oh, shortcuts from Jupyter Notebook don't work. Okay. So again, the same. Yeah, so we added 10 tokens. I will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so it's something around the word, maybe a couple of syllables. Yeah. Good. So now I would like to make it a bit more interactive. I'm not sure how, but I'm pretty sure that Colab has some feature, like some plugin that can makes the code interactive. Interactive widget, maybe. That's just going back to this T9 idea. So interactive, create interactive tools using widgets. I will heavily Google here because I don't know how to do it. No, I don't like it.
Maybe when you search, one more sentence about the tokenization. So if you only get the IDs, then all of the tokenizers that are used for all of those models usually include special tokens. And that might be, for example, the start of a sequence token, and then the end of a sequence token. And then if you provide, for example, if you want to tokenize a question and an answer, then there would be a separated token in between, etc. So if you only take the length of all the IDs, then you would also have included the special tokens in there. So just to keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Stack Overflow, help me, please. There's a official example code in something that we want, or it's not. So create input, hello, top down, text, type of strings, row fields, number fields, note down, file path. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the case because interactive input update. Yeah, what I want, if you when you type something, it automatically changes the output without me typing Control Enter. Code collab interactive, making your code interactive. Well, let's try with one of the forms. Set strings form input output. Is there anything? Input text title. I'm not sure if it's what we want, but let's just try. Okay, so okay, that's not what we want. Yeah, guys, if you have some more stories to tell, I will be super happy. If it's not necessary, of course. What interactive input, interactive input print, or we can cut it in the future.
So the idea now is that we want to have kind of a completion that appears automatically.
Yeah, something like this. Yeah, something like this.
Okay.
So input print string, making multiple inputs. Interactive. I'm pretty sure that there should be some interactive widget for this. Interact widgets. I already tried this, right? I already tried this and I didn't like it. Okay, I feel lost. How do I take input? I'm going to pull up. Input, interactive input. What didn't I try already? Can delete Google. Then use that input.
I'm also trying to look it up, but can't find anything.
This is print here entered. Input. I can just use input. Well, okay, let's just start from the input. Input your name. That's not really interactive. Oh wait, if I do something here, then it will probably update or not. Probably not, right? Okay, that is confusing. So it doesn't update any. Oh, so yeah, I have to run it. Okay, whatever. So input text.
She's updating it. Okay, cool.
No, it's not what I want. I have to click on it. That's what I wanted to avoid. But
you didn't want to click on it. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to click. But okay, so input text. Hello. How are you? And then we just do the same as we did before. We initialize it. We calculate the amount of tokens and say that we want this amount of tokens plus 1 because let's just suggest only one next word. And generated text, and let's print generated text. It's also it's an array, and then it's a dictionary with generated text key, and we want to print this. This. Okay, so let's run it. Hello. Yes, sorry, yeah, I didn't change the input text. Let's run it. Hello, how are you doing? Okay, that's cool. What we want. Cool. Yeah, but what if we say doing?
Yes.
And yeah, and edit. Yeah. Nice. Okay, that's that's not exactly what I wanted.
I like it.
Yeah, and yeah, one thing that
you wanted that it completed automatically, like without you having to press and say complete.
Yeah, I wanted like I type something and then it updates. I just input print instant update. I don't know how to Google, but I know that it exists. Tricks with better collab experience. It's 10 tricks, mount, save, upload, activate, link, stop. Changes, whatever. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed, but that's okay. Cool. Yeah, actually, it also outputs some debugging information. I suppose we can somehow suppress it. Yeah, Huggingface suppress warnings, or yeah, warnings. Suppress logging. How to suppress logging statements from the third party. Okay, let's go here. Generate model. No. Sequence. Okay, suppress warnings. Ignore warning code. How you tell it normally? Verbose setting. Huggingface. Logging. Set verbosity info. Yeah, okay. So info, we probably need something like error, if it exists. So let's input, let's put it in here, transformers logging. Okay, let's create a new one and say, okay, so we need to import logging probably. Run transformers import logging. Let's run it, and then let's say logging set verbosity error. So it works. So I hope that now it will output only errors. Let's run it again. Yeah, awesome. How are you doing?
Include the top 5 predictions or something like that, like in the keyboard.
Sorry, what about the 5 predictions?
We could also output the top 5 predictions.
Yeah, that actually would be awesome. Do you know how can we set it?
You can try this parameter, non-return sequence.
Okay, so I should put it to the text generator, I suppose. Let's try. So non-return sequences equals 5. And then let's just print generated text. Has to be 1, but is 5 when doing greedy search.
Okay, then we need to.
Let's maybe we need a different one. So GPT-2 cannot do it? Or? Okay, but yeah, it will be really pretty cool, yeah, when we show how T9 is working, yeah. So it tells us that this exact model cannot do it. Or number turn sequences. Oh, this kind of models is not supposed to output different results. I just don't know how it is. Or maybe you can change some random seed, or it's not as easy as sklearn.
Yeah, I think it's about. I think it's about the greedy search.
Okay. Wow. Well, anyways, I think it's already somewhat working.
Igor?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably just an idea of what you can do. How are you doing today? Awesome people. Yeah, it just adds the dot. That's awesome. Okay, awesome. No one.
Awesome.
Yeah, and who will it greet? Mr. Okay, let's just see what it wants to tell us. Mr. Okay, Mr. President. Okay, I think that's a good start. So yeah, it's just I'm looking at the time, and I was thinking maybe we could see at other things.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it makes sense. I'm just looking at maybe what is the fastest. Do you know, Tobias, this summarization model? Is it does it work out of the box, and is it fast?
Yeah, it is. So it also has a pipeline object. So I mean, the pipeline object has a summarization task. So it will also load a default model, and it works pretty good. So you could do just the same, but have as pipeline model, like the task for the pipeline would then be something else. So if you go out for here.
Oh yeah. So just briefly, what I want to do is the initial idea was to go like to Wikipedia to look at top 100 movies, get their plots or summaries, put them to the summarization, and get, I don't know, 1 or 2 sentences as like a very short summary. And let's just
can I just can we just go back to the previous problem for 1 second?
Oh yeah, of course.
Can you add this to the first line? Run auto. I sent it to your message.
Yeah. To what line?
Like next to title.
Like here?
Comment. Yes, or I think without string fields. Yeah. Can you try this?
Okay. Mr. President. Oh yeah, Annalisa, thank you. You're Mr.
I'm a
President.
Google master.
Yes. Yes, that's what I wanted. Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, but now we can go to the next one.
Yeah, now we almost have a T9. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, now I want to play with more. Hello.
Yes.
Okay.
How are?
How about? Oh no, I want to know how about what? How about?
Yeah, maybe he's doing it too fast.
No, I think that's the thing about the tokenizers, the amount of text. So if I skip a comma, maybe.
Oh no.
I think it takes some time.
Maybe. Hello, how about? So if it's empty? Okay. And token. Let me run it again. Hello.
Because probably every time you're entering one character is doing it.
And there should be a threshold in how auto it is.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway.
But yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty cool. Thank you. So we should Google in this area. And yeah, so summarization.
Yes.
Summarization. So I suppose summary of tasks, text, yeah, summarization. So yeah, let's just create this pipeline of summarization. It's so easy now. Like I don't know anything about transformers, and I can just use them. Wow, it's like 1 GB of weights and biases in this model. Pretty heavy stuff.
So it's really cool once you take apart the pipeline object and then see what's underneath it, because it really isn't that complicated in the first iteration, and then obviously you can dig deeper, but it's pretty cool to build it yourself, because then you're also more free to choose, the details about your approach.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
anyways,
I suppose.
pipeline objects are super awesome.
Yeah. So I suppose that's what I will do in the next weeks. Or so. So okay, article, and then we do copy paste as always. Article. Let's say, I don't know, I will Google what is the first movie, Shawshank Redemption. Yeah. Shawshank Redemption, wiki. Yeah, it's sorry, it's my usual Russian output, but it's an English version, and there should be some summary, a plot. Plot, yeah. Let's copy it. Oops. So article is, let's maybe go like this. Oops. Yeah, like this. And min length, max length 130. Yeah, I don't know what will fit. So it takes a bit more time, which makes sense, of course, yeah, because there's something happening on the background, like a lot of functions being called.
Also, it's just loading the model takes some seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just downloaded the model, but now putting it into action.
We have it.
Yeah, so it says Andy Dufresne, the name is correct, is convicted of murdering his wife and her lover, and is sentenced to 2 consecutive life sentences at Shawshank.
Okay, now it's just the first sentence, but I guess the first sentence is
wait, and his befriend. Wait, is it just a sentence? Oh no. Yeah, it's like exact sentences. Befriended Andy is frequently. Wait, so serving a life sentence?
Yeah, and then
it's here, and then it goes, Andy is frequently sexually assaulted. It's probably.
And then is.
Yeah, I'm trying to find where it is. Okay, so it skipped a couple of, yeah, so it
makes
jumped
sense
from
that the first
here
sentences
to
are the
here.
most important. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So this rock hammer ledge poster is not important. Okay.
Also, working in the prison laundry is really not important, I guess.
Yeah, but he was sexually assaulted by the sisters, in 63, begins exploiting prison labor, cost receiving, Andy launders the money. Okay, so, but can we make it even shorter? I suppose we can, yeah. So max length 130. If we do like really, so I mean, yeah, okay, let's do like this, because I just want to see like a 1 or 2 sentences.
Probably usually use the min length then. Now it's squeezing it into 30 exactly, probably. Let's check it out.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, true that.
Okay, so we just took the first 30 tokens, right? And the person is convicted of his wife and sentenced to the consecutive lives. Yeah, so it's.
Yes, but could you put the min length and the max length not exactly the same, so it has some flexibility, like Topi said?
You mean to decrease the mean length, or?
Yeah, just that are not exactly the same.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's trying to like give you a summary that is exactly that length.
Okay, yeah. Otherwise it like creates a couple of them and does some ranking of the results. Yeah. Well, it's convicted as the Shawshank. I suppose that's the same. Well, I mean, it's doing some stuff. It gets rid of this in 1947 Portland, Maine, banker. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Let's try another article.
Yeah, let's try something else. Do you guys have some movies that you want to try? Or maybe not movies. I'm afraid to go like to news feed currently, so
Yeah.
let's I don't know.
If you go on Project Gutenberg, the website, there are all books that are that don't have copyrights anymore. So there you can get even books. I don't know how long can you make the input, like or like could you have a summary of a book, or that's too long?
I suppose that would be too long.
Probably it will be too long. Yeah. Okay, let me tell me your favorite book, Annalisa, or one of the favorites.
Yeah, I don't know what's free, but like I'm sure Alice in Wonderland is there, for example, in Project
Alice. Yeah, I think I will in Borderland. First chapter. Yeah, I will just decided to Google it.
Because I know this is
Okay, beginning down the rabbit hole. So let's just put this. Okay, so Alice was beginning. Now let's see what it will create from Alice. She was beginning to get very tired. Okay, that's something different, right? So Alice had never before seen a rabbit with either a waistcoat pocket or a watch to take it out and burning with curiosity.
Okay.
So how exactly to the text is it? I'm just curious. So is there anything? Yeah, maybe let us do something like this. Alice.
So it depends. I don't know what model it loaded, but it probably is just taking sequences from the input. If it's not a generative model. So there are different ways of doing a summarization. So you could either just pick stuff from the input, or you could really, in a sequence to sequence, generate new output.
And so to change it, we have to import a different default model, or how is it like here?
Yeah, I'm actually not sure how it's working with the pipeline. I mean, obviously you can specify the model that you want to use, but I'm not sure. It really depends. You will have to go to the model section of Huggingface and then check what kind of summarization models are available. And how
In
they're
this case, it just took the central sentence. So this model is, and even before, it seems like it's cutting out parts.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking if there's anything quick.
So T5 would be a sequence-to-sequence model, for example, and then you could specify summarize in the beginning, but I'm not sure.
So like how to change it to T5?
I'm not sure if you can edit the pipeline object. Give me a second.
Wait, so here's an example. I suppose I can just copy it.
Yeah.
Print tokens. So let's see. T5 model. So from transformers input, to use the max length of 500, summarize article. So article we already have. Yeah, let's just run it without any additional thinking. Oh my, another model of almost 1 gigabyte. But in the meantime, so the output was Alice had never seen before. Do you see something similar in this? There it is. Because I don't see this sentence anywhere. Yeah, because either.
Yeah, there was a sentence there, like Alex realized that she never seen.
But didn't I only import this part? Because if I realized, doesn't even have the word realized. Oh, okay, never before. Ah, yeah, okay. So she had never seen a rabbit with either. Okay, yeah, I'll take it out. Oh, yeah, so it just took the something from the bottom. Got it. Okay.
But it took Alice, and then instead of for the flash across her mind, that was cut, and so it makes sense. Ariad had never before. So.
Yeah, and it makes sense to some extent. So let's see, downloading. Okay, so the rabbit book. Oh, sorry, the rabbit took a watch out of its waistcoat pocket and then hurried on. She had never before seen a rabbit with either a waistcoat or. Okay, so it's quite similar. Anyway, so this sentence is somewhat important for the model. I'm not sure why, because it's probably in the end.
I suppose if you mention that you have never seen something before, then it's just something that would be important in a summary, right?
Yeah, so I probably went like to the most outrageous words. Also, I don't know, waistcoat pocket. I probably won't need it a lot. And that's the second mentioning of it, yeah. Okay, yeah. I mean, it works to some extent. I was expecting more magic from this, but that's the real word. Right?
I'm really curious about what it does with larger text. Like,
we could try. Like, how much larger you want?
I don't know what the max input length is, but you could
Maybe
try to
there is
like
no
pass.
max.
512, the max here in T5.
What's the max?
It says T5 use a max length of 512. For the or for
yeah.
the input, for the output.
I actually don't know if use max length, so we cut it not to go to. Yeah, I think they cut it.
Yeah.
And then do it separately. So I suppose you can put any length. It just will run in cycles and loops. Yeah, maybe something smaller. I don't know, some songs.
Yeah, I was thinking songs because they have a weird way of being written.
Yeah. Now, tell me about your musical tastes. Silver Sun pickups, Toby. Will it work?
Let's go for it.
Silver Sun pickups. Panic Switch lyrics. Awesome. Time. Pum 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 pum. So let's try this second one. I suppose something like this. Just so. Oh no, it re-downloads the model.
You
maybe it should be cached.
Yeah. So yeah, it's cached. Yeah. Okay, so article. Let's see. When you see, so let me copy it so it's gonna be more visible. Oh no, okay. I don't know how to make it more visible. Maybe in here. So when you see yourself in a crowded room, do your fingers itch? Are you pistol whipped? Oh man, that's kind of fall asleep with a panic switch. Yeah. Can we decrease the amount of output? So max length, that's the output length, right?
Mm-hmm.
As far as
The
I
max,
understand.
yeah.
So yeah, let's make it really small, like from 10 to 20. Okay. Yeah, so when you see yourself in a crowded room, do your fingers itch? Are you pistol? Are you pistol? Well, let's maybe try something more traditional, like, I don't know, Beatles Yesterday or
I
something.
guess song lyrics are really difficult if
Yes,
it's not been trained on it. So if you, I think it's trained on a lot of Wikipedia. We could try like a couple of sentences of, I don't know, the Eiffel Tower or whatever, something that is a typical.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Eiffel Tower. Okay, let's copy the first part. And run it. So I will, yeah, enlarge it back. Oh, that's awesome. The tower is 330 meters tall, about the same. Well, this is the
Now
most important information.
let's increase the maximum tokens because it's a bit unfair.
Yeah, min, yeah, let's do min 20 and max 50. Yeah, it's a bit unfair to the model. It wants to tell us
Yes.
more, but it kind of. Okay, so these guys see it, or it's probably so small, yeah. The tower is 330 meters in feet tall, about the same height as an 81-story building. It is the second tallest freestanding structure in France after the Millau Viaduct. I don't know. Well, this is cool, yeah. I'm not sure if it's the most important fact about it after its height, but
this was like exactly like in the text, but for
uh,
example, the citation was removed.
so the Eiffel Tower is the no, actually, where did it get its length? Yeah, so you see its length is only here. Ah, okay, the
It
tower.
doesn't
So
even say that is the tallest in Paris. Okay, cool. It just
yeah,
goes to the one for France.
yeah, and where is this the second? Oh yeah, okay, second tallest freestanding structure after New York. So yeah, it took this, yeah, this and this.
And what about the excluding transmitters? Is it in our summary or not? Which is just before what you just marked in the text?
Transmitters?
No, you
I'm
marked the Eiffel Tower as the second tallest freestanding structure, and before that it says excluding transmitters.
Oh, great. It's second tallest. Yeah, it says it is the second tallest.
Yeah.
And in the text, yeah. So
that's nice. If it says it is and not the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, so we changed the
yeah.
E.
Yeah.
So it's pretty smart, but I suppose if you want to like really solve production tasks, you have to babysit all these models. So I mean, otherwise it will be too stupid and too easy. So do you want the cool stuff? Yeah, import, run, and it's ready.
It also really depends on what you want to achieve. So if you just want to reduce the amount of text that you have to analyze, then it's really nice. But if you want to have something that is written nicely, then obviously you would have to really tweak it and fine-tune it. So if you want to publish articles automatically with a summarizer, then there is a lot of work to do. But if you just want to reduce the information to then be able to extract something from it, then it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, no, it's awesome. Like the future is here. Great. Yeah, so it's like 11 a.m. I suppose it's time to wrap it up. I personally had a lot of fun. I will definitely spend like a lot of time with this Huggingface. Probably you guys as well. Or,
Yeah.
What better way to spend the weekend?
Oh yeah, it was a weird thing, yeah, by me. But I mean, I like it, so why not? Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, I could watch Netflix and between series or between episodes to run some summarization tasks. Or I can watch series, get the plot of this
I was
episode.
thinking the same, yeah. Or do some speech to text and then run a summarization tag.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks, Tobias, for your cool inputs, because otherwise it will be a bit stupid. I don't know anything about it. So your knowledge is really useful. Thanks a lot for sharing. And Alisa, thank you for being here and helping us. Yeah, also doing this amazing interactive input. And yeah, thank you guys for having fun with me.
Thank you for inviting us.
Perfect
Yeah,
Saturday.
thanks.
Yeah.
It was really fun. And I'm glad that you're the one coding. I almost get nervous live
Exactly.
coding.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, thanks for everyone who might have joined us and everyone who will see it. And see you on the next videos. Have a nice Saturday and the weekend.
You
Bye-bye.
too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.